What's up, this Debo? You need to go down to the MD supplement store and tell me what you got on my supplements, homie.
Shawn Ray here backstage at the pump-up area of the 2013 USA Championships with the Gurus, Hany Rambod and George Farah. A lot of bodies on the stage today. We just got done doing the men's prejudging. I talked to Flex Wheeler right now, and he seemed to believe that Max Charles in the super heavyweight is just going to be too big for everybody. How did you see it, George, when it came down to the finals of the prejudging?
You know, first of all, I'm kind of like a little disappointed with everybody at this show. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think it was like the USA that we're used to. You know what I mean? We used to come and see winners. So I think there was like a little weak show for my taste. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Max looked good. I think he's the best in his class. You know, but he's still missing a few things. If he improves, he's going to be a very good pro because his upper is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we could break Max Charles down, arguably so. And you were here a couple years ago with Steve Kuklo. You couldn't say anything bad about that youngster. And now it seems like nobody's really standing out. Can we call an overall champion before we even see them stand on stage next to each other?
No, I don't think we can. I think Max Charles obviously is very good, but I don't think we can right now. I think that the heavyweights are up for grabs. I think that it's not. There's nobody really dominating that stage. Yeah. We're used to seeing a couple of superstars, and I think because of the fact that there's so many pro cards being given now, that what's happening is you're getting a little dilution going on. Yeah. Because you got 2 pro cards for each class, first and second at nationals. You got 35 and over now at the Masters. You got 40 and over, 50 and over. You got all those. So now you're diluting a little bit. Right. So with that happening, and some people now switching over to men's physique, this is what we're starting to see. This is what I was talking about the last year or so. That with all these pro cards, this is what's bound to happen. But I think that we're starting to see it now.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas all got out of the NBA. We went through that transition period looking for some superstars, and ultimately it kind of came full circle, and they came back. So for right now, you saw a few veterans in there mixed with some no-name guys. I mean, there's some guys you're wondering how the heck did they wind up here on the USA, and yet you saw some veterans like your guy, Victor Del Campo, still plodding away. Looks like he's going to have a pro card.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for Vic. I mean, that poor guy, been busting his butt off, and like you said, as a veteran, he's still 34, 35. He's not really that old, but he's the only class winner. I think I could just call it like, okay, he won, like a close argument. But the rest of them was like really you didn't know. There was not like that. Like Hany said, there's not a superstar that just captured like, wow, he's gonna just kill everybody. You know what I mean?
Well, since we've gotten spoiled with all the superstars, it could mean something special for these guys that otherwise never would have had a chance. They've waited for all those superstars to get out, and now the door is kind of wide open for some new names to come up.
No, absolutely. I think what's going to end up happening is some of these people are going to start really building up in the pro ranks instead of here at the national scene now, because now you have so many pro shows, you have more pros coming out, and you're going to start seeing people build up within the pro ranks and start becoming better after turning pro than just getting to pro. Because, as you know, the USAs in the back in the day was like Dennis James, Melvin Anthony. Those guys were like 1, 2, 3, in one class,
yeah.
And there was no super heavy and heavy. There was just one, a heavyweight. That's right. And that was it. There was one card at the USA. And if you didn't get your card, the guy that placed third went up to second, then the year after that was first. And then those guys all eventually were all top 6 at the Olympia. Right. So those guys were so good by the time they turned pro that they really, really blasted out because of the fact that it was so hard to turn pro at the time.
Right. Well, while we have a little bit of dilution in the men's bodybuilding side of things, the women's bikini is really picking up some steam, so we got to get over here before it starts and get our seats out front. We're going to keep on with this continuing muscular development coverage from the gurus and from the pros and the Hall of Famers all throughout the weekend. Stay tuned to musculardevelopment.com and our live play-by-play action from Artemis Hall here in Las Vegas, Nevada. For Hany Rambod, George Farah, I'm Shawn Ray, musculardevelopment.com.
MD Supplement Superstore, #1.